Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. Morning edition. This entire video is AI generated daily. Now, this day in history.
531 Battle of Callinicum. A Byzantine army under Belisarius is defeated by the Persians at Raqqa, northern Syria. 1617. The town of Uusikaupunki, Swedish Nystadlit, New Town, is founded by King Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden. 1903. The Kishinev pogrom in Kishinev, Bessarabia, begins, forcing tens of thousands of Jews to later seek refuge in Palestine and the Western world. And now on to today's news.
Ukraine War Lev updates. Putin makes rare visit to meet troops in Ukraine. Moscow court denies WSJ reporter's appeal. CNBC. Day-eye summary of this story. Russian court sentences opposition figure Kara-Murza to 25 years in prison for treason, leading to condemnation from the U.S., UK, and Germany. Authorities accuse Kara-Murza of spreading false information regarding the Russian army. The UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office summoned the Russian ambassador and criticized Russia's disregard for human rights and freedom of expression. This has triggered international concern about the conviction being politically motivated.
Sudanese army rival forces agree to 24-hour ceasefire. The Associated Press, AI summary of this story. Fighting continues to rage in Sudan, despite an internationally brokered ceasefire that was supposed to have taken effect. Hours after the truce was due to start, the army and a rival force loyal to a separate general were still battling for control of parts of the capital, Khartoum. The factions have accused each other of violating the ceasefire, which had followed intense diplomatic efforts, and neither appears to be about to back down. Companies with assets in the country have said they are keeping business operations running for the time being.
Stocks making the biggest moves pre-market. Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs, Sunrun, and more. CNBC. AI summary of this story. Goldman Sachs reports lower than expected Q1 revenue of $12.22 billion and declined by 4%, while Johnson & Johnson reported 5.6% revenue growth to $24.75 billion in Q1, surpassing analyst estimates. Bank of America rose 1.8% after beating Q1 expectations.
Draymond Green ejected as Kings take two. 0 series lead over Warriors. Further discipline coming. The Athletic. AI summary of this story. The Golden State Warriors are down 0. 2 in a series for the first time since 2007 after losing 114-106 to the Sacramento Kings. The game was marred by a controversial incident that led to the ejection of Warriors forward Draymond Green after he was assessed a flagrant 2 foul for stepping on Kings forward Domantas Sabonis. Warriors star Stephen Curry led all scorers with 28 points. Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox led Sacramento with 24 points each. Green may receive further discipline for the incident, which starts the flagrant point counter for him.
Renowned mountain climber Noel Hanna dies descending from peak of Nepal's treacherous Annapurna. CBS News. AI summary of this story. Irish mountaineer Noel Hanna has died while descending the Annapurna mountain range in Nepal after a successful summit of the 545-foot peak. The 56-year-old had also summited Everest 10 times and climbed the highest point on all 7 continents. Hanna's body has been flown to Kathmandu. The dangerous Annapurna is the world's 10th highest mountain and is technically difficult, avalanche-prone, and has a higher death rate than Everest. Rescue teams are still searching for 3 other missing climbers.
Peter Schrager, 2023 NFL Mock Draft 1.0. Texans trade out of number 2. 5 QBs taken in first 12 picks. NFL.com. AI summary of this story. The article discusses the possibility of Indianapolis Colts trading DeForest Buckner and their 4th overall pick to the Houston Texans to move up to 2 spots in the NFL Draft. The Texans' new head coach, DeMeco Ryans, had worked with Buckner in San Francisco earlier, making the trade plausible. The article also highlights the similarity in agents for potential draftee Justin Fields and former Texans player Deshaun Watson.
Double delight for Kenya as Evans Chebet and Helen Obiri win men's and women's Boston Marathon races. CNN. AI summary of this story. Kenya's Evans Chebet won the Boston Marathon men's race for the 2nd year in a row, the first man to defend his title since 2008. Helen Obiri won the women's race, marking her first Boston Marathon title. The event saw more than 30,000 athletes taking part from 100 countries, and this year's race was the 10-year anniversary of the bombings that killed 3 and injured over 264 people.
Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos criticized for painful new show as viewers tune out post-Ryan Seacrest, Fox News. AI summary of this story. Mark Consuelos joined Live with Kelly and Mark as co-host, but some viewers were not impressed with his debut and criticized the decision to have him and his wife, Kelly Ripa, as co-hosts. Some viewers expressed feelings of boredom and annoyance with the new dynamic.
What we're learning from BCI investigation into Akron police shooting of Jayland Walker, Akron Beacon Journal, AI summary of this story. The Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation, BCI, is investigating the case of Jayland Walker's death, who was shot and killed by the police in Ohio last year. Early on, investigators suspected the possibility of suicide by cop, as they were made aware of his search history on Google, which included quickest way to die and drinking bleach. Walker's girlfriend had died in a car crash a month prior to his death, and he had no criminal record.
Fox News and Dominion trial kicks off with opening statements in defamation suit. CNBC. AI summary of this story. The opening arguments for Dominion Voting Systems' defamation lawsuit against Fox News for falsely accusing them of rigging the 2020 election were delayed in Delaware Superior Court. The case was ultimately settled before opening arguments began, over 2 years after Dominion first accused Fox of knowingly airing lies. Fox argued their statements were protected by the First Amendment and seeking actual malice was required to meet a defamation standard. Jury selection concluded with a delay, an alternate juror stating they could not proceed.
Hope you enjoyed today's Artificial Intelligence Generated News Digest. For more, please subscribe, hit the bell button to activate notifications, and make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.